This is Dolynny TV live from the top of Brady Heights Hill in Cold Lake, Alberta this afternoon, morning, whenever you're tuning in. I guess by the time this video is up out on the East Coast or somewhere past Ontario, it's going to be noon, so that's good news for you if you're already into the afternoon. Me, still trying to wake up this morning and get my butt in gear, but that said, things are underway and we're ready to roll, and well, I missed some news yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I was too busy walking in the rain and enjoying the mud up here in Cold Lake as it's now been raining for 3 straight days on my vacation. But that said, my friends, Phase 2 begins Monday for the NHL. And what does that mean for the Edmonton Oilers? Can I just read you a headline? A blog headline from the EdmontonOilers.com website? Can I? Please? I really want to. I'm going to do it anyway. Blog. Oilers players may return to Rogers Place as Phase 2 begins Monday. Now hold on. That's not may as in, well, they may because, maybe not kind of deal. No, this is may as in if they want to, they can. And, well, let me read you the next part of it. NHL's return to play plan continues as teams are permitted to open training facilities so players can participate in on-ice and off-ice activities. I heard the ice in Rogers Place was going in yesterday. I don't know where I saw that, but you know what? If it's true, it's good because we can do this Monday, and let's get back to it because for all you that said just can it's over, quit, it's not worth it, well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what, it can be done safely, it will be done safely, and we're going to get back to hockey here in no time flat. Now, let me read you this press release from the Oilers, or this blog, I guess, from the Oilers. Sorry, the press release from the NHL. Oilers players will be permitted to participate in on-ice and off-ice training at Rogers Place starting Monday, as the NHL has announced it will transition to Phase 2 of its return to play plan. Per the NHL's press release, beginning Monday, June 8th, subject to each club's satisfaction of all of the requirements set out in the Phase 2 protocol, clubs will be permitted to reopen their training facilities in their home city to allow players to participate in individualized training activities off and on ice. Tell me if that ain't just music to your ears. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to describe that. That is absolutely 110% music to my ears. The fact that, well, about a month ahead of that soft training camp target for the NHL, we are looking at players getting back on the ice, not where they are, not overseas, but here in Edmonton, my friends. That is huge. That is massive, and that is great. Now, let's just quickly go to the next lines here. Players will be participating on a voluntary basis. Like I said, with that may, it's not maybe or maybe not. It's if they want to, right? Voluntary basis. That's the words they're using. That's the big fancy way of saying it, and that's the way it's said. And will be scheduled to small groups, a maximum of 6 players at one time, and a limited number of club staff. So I know I've heard all kinds of wonky stuff about the club staff. I think at one point I heard like you can't have the head trainer, but you can have the assistant trainer. Stuff like that. And I mean, that's all mumbo jumbo thrown in the middle here with this craziness that is the NHL season because, well, the NHL season's gone, trying to return to play, 2014 format. There's been so much said at this point, my friends, that I can't even keep it all straight, to be honest with you. You see how tired I am? That's not just from staying up till 2 in the morning on a Wednesday night and then not going to bed till 11 o'clock the next night last night, but that's from trying to keep up with how fast this thing moves and how slow this thing moves and how crazy this thing is, realistically all said. So, that's the staff. The various measures set out in the Phase 2 protocol are intended to provide players with a safe and controlled environment in which to resume their conditioning. Phase 2 is not a substitute for training camp. So that's kind of, to everybody that said shut it down, it's not worth it. One of their big reasons why, oh, the guys can't risk getting hurt. They're out of shape. Can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. And I was in that camp for a while. But here's the thing. Is NHL players, yeah, they might not have been skating throughout this whole thing, but if you give them a full month to get back on the ice, as well as what they've been doing at home the whole time, they're going to be just fine. They're not you and me that sit here and watch Netflix for 6 hours on a Saturday and maybe go outside for 10 minutes. These are professional athletes that get their paycheck from being physically elite at their sport, right? And we're not talking Tyson Dolynny here, who hasn't left the house yet on a Friday morning, and it's 9:53 as he records a video, and all he's done is gotten out of bed at 8:45. We're not talking just your average Joes here that live life, I don't know, boring, free. We're talking professional athletes, all right? That's however you want to draw that comparison. We're talking professional athletes here, and I am way too tired to be trying to make up weird scenarios to explain it because they're professional athletes. Leave it at that, Tyson. Don't overcomplicate it. I guess that's the factor. All necessary preparations for Phase 2, including those that require player participation, education, diagnostic testing, scheduling for medicals, can begin immediately. The NHL and NHLPA continue to negotiate over an agreement on the resumption of play, right? And that's the Phase 3, Phase 4, because you got to figure out when you're going to reopen training camps. Then you got to figure out when you're going to have the hub cities in place, when you're going to play in the hub cities, how the playoffs are going to work fully, because, right, are you going to, I don't know if I missed something in the reseeding stuff that came out yesterday, but if you're going to have playoff hub cities, 2 of them, do you have the cup final in only one location? Do you have it in both? Like, how do you work the hub city mess? But, right, we've heard Vegas in there, we've heard Edmonton in there, we've heard Toronto somehow. Right? It is completely out to lunch to try and keep up with how fast all of this is moving. But this is the positive step I was looking for, right? This is, as I said, to every guy out there, every girl out there saying, you know what, we can't afford to reopen it because the players are going to get hurt. Hey, look at what the NHL's doing here. They're giving them a full month of ice. And you talk about it, right? March, April, May, 2.5 months off. Realistically, not going to be that bad. Because players, if they're done as of April, they probably take most of April off to just do weights and stuff anyway. And then May, probably end of May, they get back into on-ice activity. These guys do take a vacation at some point is what I'm trying to get at. So why not take the vacation before playoffs, get back on the ice, do some conditioning for a month, getting into training camp, and go. And hey, that's going to be fantastic to see because now we're one step closer starting on Monday to the Edmonton Oilers getting into the playoffs, playing that playoff round or play-in round against Chicago, and then getting into round 1 and getting it going. If you catch John with Hot Take Hockey's video from, I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I'm got a little bit of a good prediction in there that the Oilers are going off onto that first round. So definitely, I won't spoil too much, but keep your eyes peeled to Hot Take Hockey's channel here on YouTube in the next little bit, as he'll get something out for you there that'll be a little bit different compared to how everybody's done that kind of video, if you get where I'm going with that. So stay tuned for that, as you can probably expect why I'm involved. So guys, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. I want to just know a little bit of where you're thinking. I know I'm coming down hard on the people saying cancel it, but realistically, guys, I'm seeing the NHL coming back that much closer. I didn't think it was going to happen there for a while, so I'm just glad back on board. Let's get it going and let's get going kind of deal. We're that much closer. It's all starts Monday, and I'm going to go get breakfast. Life's going to be good. It's going to stop raining here in Cold Lake hopefully by noon, and I can get some fishing in. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's edition of Edmonton Oilers Discussion here on the channel, live from Cold Lake. Right? If it stops raining, maybe I'm going to whip out the old cell phone, go grab a fishing rod, and get you up a fishing vlog for the first time in 2.5 years. How does that sound, guys? I am up on out of here. Maybe if I didn't try to just exit the recording program and cancel the record, instead I'll stop the record.